If you're like most people, here's what you were taught about money. Go to school, get a job, work hard, save what you can, maybe invest a little if there's anything left. That's the game 99% of people are playing. But the 1%, they were taught something completely different. They don't trade time for money. They build systems that print income whether they show up or not. They don't save what's left. They pay themselves first and use cash like a tool. They don't panic in downturns. They plan for them and use them to get richer. It's not just about working hard. Most people work hard. It's about what you've been taught to value. Security over leverage, stability over ownership, paychecks over cash flow. And here's the brutal truth. If you're feeling stuck, behind or burned out trying to get ahead, it's not because you're lazy or stupid. You're just playing the wrong money game. Let me show you how the 1% think and how you can start shifting your strategy before the next recession makes that gap even wider. 2 games, 2 mindsets. There are 2 completely different games being played when it comes to money. Most people are stuck in what I'd call the earn and burn cycle. Earn money, pay bills, spend what's left, save a little, maybe repeat. This game runs on linear income. Money only comes in when you work. And when expenses rise or a recession hits, the whole system gets shaky. Now compare that to how the 1% think. Their game is completely different. Use income to buy assets. Use assets to generate cash flow. Use cash flow to create leverage. Repeat, but each time with more speed. They don't focus on how much they make. They focus on how long their money works without them. One game is about surviving. The other is about escaping the loop entirely. And the wild part, the 1% aren't always smarter or more talented. They just learn to play a better game. The good news is, once you see the difference, you can start switching sides. Rule number 1, the 1% buy cash flow, not just stuff. The first rule of the 1% money game is simple. They buy cash flow, not just stuff. Most people get a raise or a bonus and immediately think, what can I upgrade? New car, nicer apartment, better clothes, a vacation. It feels good in the moment, but it increases your monthly burn rate, and when things tighten up, you're exposed. Now look at how the wealthy move. They take that same bonus or raise and ask, how can I turn this into more income? That might mean buying a rental property, starting a small side business, investing in dividend stocks, building a digital product. Hiring help so their time creates more leverage. Every dollar they get is either spent on income-producing assets or tools that free up their time so they can create even more value. This is why the gap keeps growing, because when most people spend money, they're buying lifestyle. When the 1% spend money, they're buying freedom. Rule number 2, the 1% think in decades, not days. Most people make money decisions based on urgency. What's due this week? What feels good right now? What's trending today? But the 1%, they think in decades. Every move is part of a bigger picture. Not, how much can I make this month? But what will this be worth in 10 years? That shift in thinking changes everything. It stops you from chasing every shiny opportunity. It keeps you grounded during market crashes. And it forces you to build systems instead of quick wins. The middle class asks, how can I afford this? The wealthy ask, will this move me closer to my 10-year outcome? That's why they invest during recessions, why they build instead of binge, why they hold cash when others overextend. Patience isn't passive. It's powerful. The 1% understand that wealth isn't built in days. It's built through aligned decisions made over time. Long-term thinking is rare, and that's exactly why it works. Rule number 3. The 1% protect focus like it's money. One of the most overlooked traits of the 1%? Extreme focus, ruthless clarity. See, average people protect their money, but the wealthy, they protect their attention just as much. Because they know every distraction is a drag on performance. Every wasted hour is compound interest. Every low-quality conversation is mental clutter. They don't fill their calendar just to feel busy. They don't chase 10 business ideas at once. They don't consume content all day that gives them anxiety, but no action. They get crystal clear on what they're building, why it matters, what moves the needle. And then they eliminate everything else. That's why they make decisions faster, why they execute better, why they don't get caught up in panic when things shift, like a recession. Because when you're focused, you're dangerous. And when your attention is scattered, your results are too. The 1% guard their time, energy, and attention like capital, because in the long run, that's what builds it. The 1% use fear as a signal, not a stop sign. Fear wrecks more financial progress than failure ever will. Most people hit discomfort and immediately back off. Starting a business feels risky, stay at the job you hate. Investing during a dip feels scary. Hold cash and wait too long. Asking for more money feels uncomfortable, settle for less. The 1% feel that same fear, but they use it differently. They see fear as information, not a reason to stop. Fear says, this matters. Fear says, you're leaving your comfort zone. And the wealthy know that everything they want is just outside that zone. So instead of running from it, they build the muscle of moving through it. They act while others freeze. They prepare while others complain. They execute while others wait for perfect timing. Fear doesn't mean don't. It means pay attention. And once you learn to see fear as a signal, not a stop sign, you start unlocking moves most people never make. That's what the 1% do. They lean in when others lean out. That's why they own the game. And why most people never even get on the board. Most people never learn this, but money isn't just about math. It's about mindset, systems, and strategy. The 1% play a different game. They buy cash flow, not just stuff. They use debt to build, not to consume. They think in decades, not days. They protect their focus like it's their bank account. And they move through fear, not away from it. That's why they get ahead during recessions. And why most people get stuck. But here's the truth. You don't need a trust fund to think like the 1%. You just need to start seeing the game for what it really is. And start making different moves. Start where you are. Build safety. Then build systems. Then build strategy. And above all, stay calm. Stay focused. Stay in the game. Because when everyone else is panicking, that's your signal to zoom out and double down. If this shifted your mindset or gave you a new lens on money, send it to someone else who needs this. Someone who's still playing checkers on a chessboard. Most people were never taught how to win the money game, but that changes now. This is asset alchemy, where we don't just earn, we engineer. We don't just hustle, we leverage. We don't just work for money. We make money work for us. Master money. Build wealth. Free your mind. And remember, it's not about having more, it's about becoming more. Let the rest panic. Subscribe for more such content.